Good afternoon. Welcome back. Wow, last week was a giant mess. I'm not sure where you guys are from and how the weather's been where you were, but I'm going to tell you in Michigan, it was nuts. We got down to I don't know, almost negative 20 degrees here. That was the real feel. So it was brutal cold. We got hammered on with some snow. We didn't really lose power. Maybe we did a couple of times. Lost internet a few times for sure. Obviously, everything was delayed as far as shipping coming in. I'm not sure why that is, but I got everything out as far as my shipments go, and everything seemed to arrive on time. But it put me behind for the week. Also, I had my kids all week, so I didn't have the opportunity to actually really work. I had to really take care of them and plan fun things to do that didn't make them nuts while they were in the house all day long, because it was honestly too cold to really be outside for them. We did play outside a little bit, but with the wind chill and the snow and everything, it wasn't a whole lot of fun. Had a myriad of problems with, snow blowing and snow removal and all the things that go with snow, so it took up my entire week. It's Wednesday today. You'll see this video, I think Thursday, possibly Friday, depends on when I get a chance to edit it. I'm still playing catch up when it comes to everything. Still waiting on parts for the 57, waiting on parts for the 48. So as I wait for those things, I really can't work on them, so they're just kind of hanging out on a lift. One of the projects that I do have, though, is I have this 1928 Model B. It's a single-cylinder engine based on the VIN number on the bike, or on the engine here. This would be a 1928. They made these in 26 is when they started, and I believe they went till 31 on these, if I remember right. I did a quick search on the VIN number, and it shows that this was produced in 1928. I've been slowly collecting parts for this thing. I bought the engine cases probably almost a decade ago now, and I've slowly been buying parts for it ever since. Well, now it's to the point where I can make this a rotating assembly loosely. It's not perfect. A lot of times when you're looking for parts for these things, they're hard to find, they're hard to come up with, and sometimes you don't get the right things. Some of the washers I've gotten are wrong. I got a bag full of bearings that most of them are not correct. I've got a myriad of parts here. But anyway, today the goal is to get this thing together so it is an actual rotating assembly, and then I'll have to make a stand for it in the future. And I kind of want to bring you guys along on the project here, just because these things are kind of rare for what they are. You don't see a lot of them out there, at least I don't. I know they produced quite a few of them. This one is number 11,000, so that's why it makes it a 1928. I know they've made like 5,900 or something like that the first year, and then so many thereafter. I'm not sure how many got exported or anything like that, but I know there's quite a few that were out there. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and start kind of gooping this thing up with some assembly lube and work on getting these case halves matched. I do have some case hardware here now, and I believe it's correct. I have not test fit these, so I don't know if they're perfect. We'll do what we can with them. Worst case scenario, I know the bottom ones, I believe the bottom ones are right, and if they are, we'll go ahead and we'll assemble the bottom. If not, at least we'll do the best we can with what we've got. So on these assemblies, I did buy the crank here with a cylinder, or a piston and a cylinder. And these were all things that had previously been run together. So the nice thing is these parts match. Now I know they don't match the cases. I did buy a set of bearings and cages, which I know these are not the correct ones for this, but they do work. They are the right size, so they will fit properly, and I will have to upgrade those later, so I will have to split these cases one more time to get these set up, but I really don't want these parts just sitting around in my shop or on a shelf. I kind of want to get them together and then put them on display. And as I gather more parts, I'll continue to build this thing out. The goal for this, I don't really know. I'd like to maybe eventually have a running motorcycle out of this thing. No, it won't be 100% perfect or anything like that, as the parts are not always readily available, but I'd like to get it together in some fashion and potentially ride it. Anyway, looking at the crank side here, this one is the side that needs the bearings. So what I'm going to do with the bearings here is I'm going to go ahead and put some assembly lube on these guys, and then I'm going to fit them onto this crank assembly here, and then we'll set them into the cases. All of the bearings have been cleaned. They were scrubbed yesterday. They were checked for size and everything is the right and exact, or not exact, but they all match in size. So they are pretty clean for what they are. Not a lot of rust on them. I'm just going to goop this thing up with some assembly lube here. I know the stuff is really sticky, and this should help me to get it together nicely. We'll do that with the small bearing side as well. Again, I know that these are not the right ones for this. These should have a longer roller bearing in there and a two-piece cage setup. But like I said, these do match in size pretty well, so that's why we're using them. All right, with the sprocket shaft side in place here, we'll flip the engine case over, holding everything in place. Rest everything there. We'll grab the other case half. And this side is just a bushing here. The bushing does have some assembly lube in it already. I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit more. Just kind of goop that around in there. And on the shaft here. I don't know how long this thing's going to sit. I would assume it's going to sit for a little while, and I'd like to keep it in good condition. Alrighty, and with the two halves mated, we have a rotating assembly. Now what I need to do is dig out my case bolts here, my case hardware, and see what fits. Now, these were sold to me as, Peashooter parts, single parts, so I hope that these are the correct ones, and they seem to be. And with my 1931 Model C, I got extra hardware, so I want to make use of that extra hardware. I do have the two extra studs here, so I probably will end up utilizing those as well, because I believe they'll fit this case setup as well, and they sure do. So we'll go ahead and tighten these down. All right, now with the case halves mated, all the bolts in place, we'll go ahead and we'll rotate this around and see that it plays really nicely in there. Now I understand it's not balanced, and this is not perfect by any means. You can hear the bearings kind of clunking around there a little bit, because again, these are not the right bearings. All I want this to do is sit for now. And I know I need to order the right parts, but I really didn't want to store these things separate, so I'm just going to go ahead and, like I said, loosely assemble it. Anyway, we're at the point now where we can put the piston on. So I'm going to clean the piston up here, I'm going to put the piston in place, and then I'm going to put the cylinder on. And as you can see, the piston's actually in really good shape, so this is ready to install. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. As I've learned, this groove goes forward toward the front of the engine. Obviously this is the front, so I'm going to install it in this direction here. Everything is on in place, and everything plays pretty nicely. I really don't have any play in the bearings here. I mean, there's no up and down. There's a little bit of side to side, not much, but it does fit in there very well. So at this point, the next step is going to be putting the cylinder in place. Now with my cylinder in place, I can go ahead and work on putting my base stud nuts back on. One of them did unscrew all of the way. So eventually that's going to have to be addressed as well. As you can see, we've got the cylinder put on now. I put on the front sprocket here, and I can roll this thing over by hand. It does roll over really nicely. So I'll try to angle this to the camera here to show you. As you can see the piston coming up, going down, super smooth in there. I mean, I know these two were run together. They just fit so well, and it looks so nice. Obviously, this thing is far from complete. I am missing a lot. I do not have the lifters or lifter blocks. This does have its valves, valve guides, valve springs, all that good stuff. I do not have any cams for the cam chest either. I don't have any kind of a generator. I'm not sure if I would run a generator or if I would do some sort of a, I don't even know. I'm not sure what I would do on this. But I know this thing is far from finished. I also need to build an engine stand. I don't have a stand for this one, so I need to get something made so this thing can set up in the showcase and I can show it off nicely next to my 1931 Model C. I do have a second cylinder here, which is this guy here. It's in really good shape. It does have a score inside of it, so a pretty heavy one, honestly. This thing probably ran without a piston in it for a long time just because there's a huge score in there. It's kind of odd. It's on both sides. I'm not sure what was going on there. I do need to get some studs for the head here so I can properly install the head into this cylinder here. Unfortunately, I don't have any head studs for this, so I can't put that on today. I can put my cam cover back on, so I'll do that real fast just to cover this thing up and make it look nice. Get that to set nicely. The cam cover does go on real well. It does need a repair on the end here. Obviously, you can see that's busted. Unfortunately, that's kind of the name of the game with these things. I mean, being almost 100 years old, these things are not always going to be in the best of shape. I also don't have the cam cover screws for this. I don't have a proper set, so I need to work on getting those as well. So there's a lot I need for this, unfortunately, to finish it. And I look all the time. You know, of course, if you guys have any leads on any of the parts I may need for this, or you know a company that's making these things, let me know. I may be inclined to buy them. Like I said, I know I need cams, oil pump, drive gear for the generator, alternator, whatnot. I also need lifter blocks, lifters, and that whole works there. Head studs. I think that's it. I think that really completes this thing. You know, not a big rush to find these parts. Obviously, I don't have real big plans for this engine. It's just something that's been in my showcase for a while, and it's something that I love. So I'm just kind of slowly putting things together. But as always, if there's something out there that somebody's got that they're selling or looking to get rid of, I'm interested. You know, let me know. I'll put this thing together. It'd be great to, you know, have this thing just that much more complete than what it is right now. Well, friends, just kind of wanted to show this engine off today. You know, it's one of those things that I know we don't see a whole lot of. It's a great piece of history that, you know, you just don't see out there. You know, I've never seen one of these running in the wild. I know some people have. I know there's big shows out there that people go to and they see these types of things. I've seen a bunch of these in museums. I've heard them run online, but I've never actually seen one in action. You know, I'd love to have this thing together myself and then ride it down the road, but that's nowhere in the future plans with all the projects I have going on, to be honest. I've got a lot of things in the works that take precedence over this, but like I said, I had a bunch of parts here that I wanted to get together so I could have them all in one spot rather than laying in little baggies around and, you know, sitting in my showcase kind of looking weird. I wanted to have this rotating assembly put together, and now I do, and I'm very happy about that. Well, friends, that wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed the content here. If you did enjoy this assembly, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up. If your friends would enjoy this type of content, please feel free to share with them. You know, you can share it on all your social media platforms, and I really appreciate that engagement. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. You know, I'm continuing to try to work on this channel to grow it, and I've gotten a lot of subscriptions lately, and I really appreciate you all for subscribing. And I'm trying to make a business out of this YouTube thing, and I appreciate you guys following along with the craziness I have going on. I've got a lot of great projects in the works and a lot coming up for this year, so stay tuned. Hopefully you guys are tuning in when I put these things out. Obviously I'm a one-man show, so sometimes it doesn't always come together like I'd like it to. This last week, like I said, was madness, and I didn't have time to actually produce any videos, so I figured I'd hit the ground running with what I could this week. Get this one buttoned up. Hopefully tomorrow I should have the parts that I need for the 57, and I can get back on that. Shipping is showing that they'll be delivered tomorrow, but like we all know, shipping doesn't always work like we want it to. Anyway, friends, I've talked too long. We'll catch you later.